Hi everybody, thank you for tuning in today, and thank you for pushing the play button and coming and joining us at MLM Science. And I am so glad you're here. I am excited to share with you today a little bit about what I'm doing here. And this is the second video on this channel. It's brand new. I'm just launching it. And so what MLM Science is about building your MLM business, and really from a scientific standpoint. In other words, it's not more from, while there's an art to it, you know, it's all about relationships, and relationships, I don't know, I guess you could say it's a little scientific, but there's a science to it. I mean, there's things that you can do that are repeatable and that you can duplicate with other people, things that we can do to be successful. So I thought it was a pretty cool name. I don't know what you think, but anyway, that's where we're at MLM Science, and thank you for tuning in. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about my story where I left off yesterday and how I responded to it. I'd mentioned yesterday in the previous video, if you didn't see it, that I was, I've been working on my home business for a number of years, 5 years, this last May. Today is actually July 5th. I don't know when this will be posted. So anyway, the thing about it is that it's like I get to thinking about being home, and I keep thinking about retirement. As you can look at, I'm not in my 30s anymore. I'm 53. So and I don't want to work until I'm 72 or whatever age it is they say you can retire at. I've got a number in mind, and it's not that far off. And so I got to make some things happen. And so I started this home business, and I'm going to make them happen. So anyway, I get to thinking about, I have a vision of what I want things to look like and kind of where I'm headed. And, that's so much more than a goal. A vision is, what you envision life looking like. And and I have a definition of wealth that goes so far beyond just having a lot of money. And I ask people, well, what would you do if you had $1 million? I've started asking, how do you define wealth? And I'm just kind of curious. And people will say, well, if I had $1 million, I said, what would you do with it? And they kind of look at me like, oh, I don't know, pay some bills and go on vacation. And it's like, okay, well, what are you going to do when that runs out? And so they really haven't thought about it. People just kind of get in this groove, and they just stay in that groove until they're 72 and they retire. And so I've given it a little bit more thought than that, and some people have thought about it, and I get some really creative answers. And so the way I define wealth and is that it's basically four things. It's choice, freedom, health, and income. And notice how income is the last thing there. It's not about the money. It's not about having $1 million in the bank. It's not about a big house or driving a nice car. Although those things, would definitely equate in there somewhere, but that's not what it's about. It's about being able to wake up in the morning and have the choice to do whatever you want to today, and not have to be getting in rush hour traffic and spending an hour or more to work one way, and just, sitting there in the grind and the rat race, running out there for your piece of cheese. And so, and then the freedom to be able to do that. If I woke up one day and I want to go fly fishing, and where I want to go is 200 miles away, I'm free to do that. And I'm free to make that choice. And then, and another thing too is, I'm pretty health conscientious, and I'd like to spend more time on my health and really focus on that and make that more of a priority in my life. And so, I think the time freedom is one thing, but that's how I'd spend the time. And, but you can't do that. None of that's free. And so you got to have the income. And it kills me, these people that teach you how to get on track, and become debt free. And I think that's great. I don't think any of us should really incur a lot of debt. And they tell you, cut back, live within your means, cut back. And I'm thinking, I'm living pretty much within my means, but to cut back, a whole lot, I don't know where I'd cut back. And I guess that part of me is just not going to do that. So my idea of living within my means is, this is where I'm living, and if I want to do more, then I'm going to increase my means. I don't want to reduce. So that's the way I think about it. And so along that same mindset, a couple weeks ago I asked for time off at work, and I'm thinking this is stupid, and I got this vacation time. I've got to, basically I feel like I'm begging to take off this time of my life and ask permission to go out and spend my life the way I want to. So really we become indentured servants to the job, and we all are, and I sit in traffic and I look around, and I'm in a group of thousands and thousands and thousands of indentured servants. And so, I feel like we got a choice. And so this is what I'm doing about the choice. So I was in a meeting yesterday, and I was going into this meeting, and I'm only there with two of my supervisors that are generally there and the HR lady. And I thought, oh, this is not good. And there was a situation last week, and I didn't think too much about it. The only thing that was coming to my mind is I'm walking in there, and they hand me a letter, and they let me go, just like that, and escort me off the property. And I thought, wow, I've never had that happen to me. So I was like totally blindsided. This program that I've spent 2.5 years putting my life and soul into for this company, and because I believe in the program. As a social worker, I don't do things halfway. As a business person, I'm not going to do things halfway. And so I get in my truck and I'm driving home. I call my wife and I'm shocked. And I'm like, what do I do now? And I have never been sitting in that place. And I'm traumatized. So I make a few phone calls, and and I come home and I fill out some applications online. I start that process, and thinking about my business and kind of thinking where I'm at. And I'm just like, my brain's a fog, and I think I got to get out of this. I got to break out of this. And so I thought, I've got to get that on track. That's an asset. How am I going to utilize it? So I thought about the projects I'm working on right now, and I'm working on a training that I've been working on for a couple months. It'll be coming out here. I should have it wrapped up just about any day, and have the website and delivery process worked out. And it's a really cool product, training on how to create information products. And information products and having your own product is probably the next best thing to having your own book. Probably not near as good. And so I thought, well, I got that, and but really, what else? And so I've been doing this for a couple hours every day, and it's like, so I really got to rethink this. I got to, where am I? I'm not going to sit at the television and watch TV until the phone rings. So first thing I did was I went to my board here, and I thought, what do I got? And so, and I would encourage you to do this if you have a home business and you've been, at it for a while, or, but think about what you got. What are your assets? And so I came over to my whiteboard, and I thought, and I just stood here. I was blank for a while, and I it's kind of like this blank sheet. I don't even know what to write on there. I'm just in shock. And so I wrote this up here, assets. And I thought, well, what do I got? So the first thing that comes to my mind is ClickFunnels. And, I tried them out several months ago. It's just been a tremendous asset to my business. And so then I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Move in a little bit. And then, I got to thinking about it, and I'm not going to probably recreate everything that was on my list, but I just started brainstorming, and I thought, I have a list of several hundred people. I think it's around 400 fresh people on my list. It's not a big list. That's one of the areas I need to grow in. And I have domains. I have hosting. I have camera equipment, and I have editing software, and I have, the list goes on and on and on. And so here, let me reach over here and grab this book. And so when I got done, I think I had probably I had 21 things that were on there. Oh, and I just finished a 5 video series, video training series, lead magnet. So I got lead magnets. I got many other ones that I've created. And by the way, that's why I did this information product, is because having your own product converts better than these DIYs, or do it yourself, or not DIY. This is DIY, but done for you software. Where you kind of have a product in 30 seconds. It's rehashed stuff, and everybody's got it. So when you create your own information product, what it allows you to do is to kind of stand away from the crowd. And you have, although there's other people out there selling information products about making information products, because I researched it, but I position myself in a place to where mine is I'm going to deliver and over deliver. I'm going to under promise and over deliver. So, but anyway, I've got many other lead magnets. And I don't want to give you everything that's on my list. I've got my knowledge. I've got over 5 years of marketing knowledge in this field, not counting, everything through a lifetime, but just since I started my business. And what's another one? Oh, yeah, I've got some traffic sources. And I have a funnel cookbook from ClickFunnels that I've gotten. That's an amazing book. Funnel cookbook. I've got autoresponders. I've got Stripe and PayPal. I think it's Stripe. So I can receive money. So basically I've got everything I need. So what, I got to looking at that, and I thought, you know what, after I got through that list, and then I went and wrote it in my journal here, and I got social media accounts for a lot of these. I have funnel scripts, which is another, I got to tell you, that has been amazing. Funnel scripts. I'll put that below this video too, just in case you're interested. But funnel scripts, it just has made my life so easy when it comes to copywriting, building copy, sales letters, emails, you name it. Funnel scripts is really the answer there. It's an interesting history behind that. So anyway, just all that to just kind of tell you a little bit about kind of where I was at. I had to, so I lost my job, had to come home and get my head in the game and get it out of the clouds. And so I was too much in my head about it. I was letting all that stuff stay in my head, and I had to get it out. So, it wasn't easy, and it's still in there, but I had to, that's part of getting in the game. When you get kicked down, your face is put in the mud, you got to push yourself up. I don't care who you are. If you're going to do this, that's what you got to do. So anyway, when you get down here, sit down and do an assessment on or an inventory on your business. What assets do you have? And my list keeps growing. And so I've got all these things that I just kind of accumulated over the years that I buy or I think I'll use. And and when I said I've got traffic, I came across some pretty awesome software as a service type things that will help me generate some traffic. And so I really just started digging. So that's what you got to do. The answer is never that far away. If we just get our head in the game and keep pushing forward and keep looking for the answer, we'll find it. Just a quick little anecdote, and I'll leave you with today. When I first got my social work degree, I did a lot of psychological comprehensive assessments, and I had to have them signed off by my supervisor, and she would review them. And I had a hard time assessing people and getting them to a place where they would qualify for services, because you have to show their diagnosis and all these things that are wrong. And so I was so good at finding their strengths. I was finding the things that were going well in their life. And I was like, I can't get these people to qualify, you know. And she sat me down and she said, you know, Bill, your problem is that you're really good at finding the strengths. And she said something to me that just kind of stuck with me, and very smart lady. And I've just applied it in so many different areas. But she said, you know, you'll find what you're looking for. And if you're looking for the strengths and the good things going on, she goes, you'll find them. She goes, but these people are coming to us with looking for help, and I need you to look for the things they need help with. So that was really important. And, you know, I just think about, you know, if we're looking for something, we'll find it. If we're looking for trouble, we'll find it. If we're looking for an answer, we'll find it. If we're looking for success, we'll find it. If whatever we're looking for, we'll find it. So if this was helpful, please like the video down below. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. I'm on a journey, and I want to bring you with me. And I've got, I'm in an MLM company. I don't have anybody in my downline. I haven't even sponsored anybody, and I've been in this company now for almost 2 years. Maybe it's been 2 years. In fact, I think it is. I think I just paid my renewal. But I'm in it because I love the product. That's why I stayed in it. And but I also got in it because it's got an amazing opportunity, but they just don't show you how to get people in there. And being a social worker, I know a lot of people, but I ethically can't go and recruit them or have any kind of personal gain out of my relationships, which people don't seem to understand. But I refuse to do that. And so I'm going to build this business basically from scratch. And I want you to come and do it with me. And I'm going to make some mistakes. I'm doing some funnel hacking. I'm, you know, reverse engineering some things. You know, and what I mean by that is I'm just kind of learning what other people are doing, and I'm going to recreate it. I'm not stealing anything. You know, there's nothing new under the sun. But if I go out and just start carbon copying something, that's not cool, and I'm not about to do that either. So come along with me, hit the like button, and look for my video tomorrow. And thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your time, and thanks for listening, and have a great day. God bless you.